Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. We are practicing for the St. Jude's charity event here in Wabasha, Minnesota. Pool 4 and 5 of the Mississippi River. And I got into town yesterday afternoon, got out for a few hours, and then today we get to practice for about a half day. There's a I don't know if it's a banquet or there's a get-together tonight at a local restaurant for all the anglers, so we got to be off the water early. And I'm not really liking what I'm seeing. We're in kind of a weird phase. I think the fish want to start moving up to spawn. I've seen a few fish that are up on bed. Actually, the ones that are on bed I've actually seen paired up. I haven't seen any like locked on, but I think we're right at the beginning of the spawn here. And the reality is, though, today is a really cold day. Cold, windy, overcast, a little rainy, not really ideal conditions for the fish to really want to move up. Plus we've got what I would consider really low water for this time of year, which is crazy to me because a couple hours away over on the Wisconsin River, it is flooding and out of the banks and just really all over the place. And over here, it's like summer levels. And to me, the fish really would rather have a little bit of water to help them spawn, just to give them a little bit of safety feeling. And generally speaking, you know, you're talking about, you know, the water will be up another probably 2 feet, I would say, but it's just not there. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I think the winners are going to be on a pre-spawn pattern, you know, whether it's for largemouth, maybe they're hanging around some of these docks waiting to actually move up to spawn, or whether it's smallmouth that are sitting on some sand drops or points, that type of thing, waiting to move up to get onto bed. It'll be interesting. You know, the weather is going to be getting significantly nicer throughout the tournament, where I think Sunday is going to be like the warmest day we've had all year. The thing is, this cold front right now isn't really going to start to warm up, I think, until tomorrow afternoon. It's just going to be a changing conditions. The team that wins it, you know, will deserve it. You know, in this case, I'm really just excited to be over here with the family, just kind of having a weekend together to kind of cherish, you know, what we have and, you know, our health. It's really as a parent, you know, you think about if you had a child that has to go to St. Jude's for cancer treatment, that would just be a very, very difficult thing. So if we can, I feel fortunate enough that both my boys are healthy, and from that standpoint, you know, if we can come help support a good cause like this and just have a good family time, to me, that's what matters. You know, I can't thank you guys enough for helping to raise a bunch of money. I think we're at like 11,400-ish. So that's amazing. You know, you guys should be very, very proud of yourself. St. Jude's is very happy to have that money coming in, and there'll be a family that feels very fortunate to have your support. So thank you guys. We'll be doing the drawing for the rods that I've built, and we'll be doing that when we get back after the event. And somebody hopefully will really put the rods to work, catch a bunch of fish on them. But yeah, so I mean, you know, I'm out here. What I'm trying to do is right now find some of these areas that are going to be not just spawning areas, but pre-spawn staging areas. You know, these banks that are a little bit harder bottom, that are out of the majority of the current. There's still a nice meandering current coming through here, but it's not a strong current at all. In fact, it's enough to keep the water from getting stagnant, but not really enough to push the fish and have the fish really utilize it much from a feeding standpoint. But you know, this is kind of just like a dead end bay that goes up this way and it's got a nice hard bottom, hard sand, some gravel mixed in. You got some docks, some wood, a little bit of everything. I'm kind of surprised I'm not seeing the fish or the bites. I mean, I've fished down this stretch and I have not had a bite on it, and we're gonna give it probably not too much more, probably another, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe, and then I'll get out of here. But this is just one of those things, it just really sets up for what I would think these river fish would want. You know, I don't have any experience really over here. I've fished pool 4 for a charity event years ago, and I filmed an episode of Fishing University on pool 4 last fall, but I'm down on pool 5 today. I've never seen pool 5. I actually decided to come down here just to see it. This would be a good opportunity just to see a new body of water. And you know, I don't know that Hank and I will come down here or if we'll just bum around up on pool 4 where we don't have to lock. My hope was, and you know, as a not having the experience on these pools, there's about 100 boats in the tournament. The pools really are not that big, especially in the spring. Everything starts to really get condensed down, and from that standpoint, you know, I would imagine probably get away from about 70 of those boats by locking down. So, you know, in my head I go, if I'm going to be fishing a body of water that I'm not really familiar with, I'd rather fish where there's less boats. I might give up a little time to get down here, but you know, if I could find an area or two where we could just get down here and kind of camp out, you know, I'd be fine to give up a little fishing time to have less pressure in an area that, you know, hopefully had a few fish. But at this point, you know, I've got one area that sets up pretty nice. I did see you know, some fish that were starting to move into that area, and from that standpoint, I think it'll get better as we hopefully as it warms up. So there should be more fish pulling in there and starting to think about spawning. So that's an area that looks good to me, but I also feel like it's probably a pretty good community spot. I've seen a bunch of the local guys that are fishing this tournament kind of swing through, check it out, and move on. Whether they saw what I saw or not, I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see how this all pans out. I'll definitely be making video of it. 2-day tournament, Saturday and Sunday, and hopefully we can catch a few fish, have a fun day on the water. Anyways, just wanted to give you a little update. This'll I'll try to put this out this afternoon. If it doesn't go out this afternoon, which is Friday, I'll put it up for tomorrow's video. It's just a matter of whether I can get it up and edited in time for our 4 p.m. daily release. Anyways, thank you for all of the support regarding the St. Jude's event. It's been amazing, and I appreciate it very much from all of you. So thank you, and stay tuned. We'll have the rest of the tournament footage coming out over the next couple of days.